Good morning students, how are you all? In the previous class we have studied parts of speech. Okay, so now let us continue from there. So in this class we are going to see about verbs. Okay, so you have already know what is meant by verb. So what is verb? Verb is nothing but it is an action. Okay, verb means it is nothing but it is of doing some action. For example, the girl dances beautifully. The girl dances beautifully. So what is the subject in the sentence? Very good. The subject is the girl. So what the subject is doing? The subject is doing some action. Okay, the subject is doing some action. So what is the action? Yeah, the action is dance. Okay, so the girl is dancing. So this action is known as the verb. Have you understood what is meant by verb? Verb is nothing but it is of denoting the action that what the subject has been doing. So this verb is of two types. Okay, the verb is of two types. So what are they? The first one is main verb and the second one is auxiliary verb. Repeat after me. The verbs are of two types. The first type is main verb and the second type is auxiliary verb. Now let us see one by one. So main verb. What is meant by main verb? Main verb or principal verb. Okay, so this main verb is also called as principal verb. Indicates the action of the subject. So this main verb or the principal verb indicates the action of the subject. So it indicates the action that has been done by the subject. Okay. Look at the example. Raju plays cricket. Okay. Raju is the subject in this sentence. So what Raju is doing? Raju is playing. So what is he playing? He is playing cricket. So this place is called as the action. Okay. So this action has been done by the subject Raju. So main verb is nothing but main verb or principal verb indicates the action of the subject. Okay. So Raju plays cricket. It indicates the time. Okay. This main verb will indicate the time. So what is the time represents? The time means nothing but it is of representing the past tense, present tense or future tense. Okay. Past tense, present tense or the future tense. So what tense is this? Very good. So this play is of the present tense. So what is the past tense of play? Yeah, the past tense of play is played. So it indicates the time. It indicates the time whether it is present tense, past tense or future tense. The next one is auxiliary or helping verb. So the main verb is also called as principal verb. Likewise, the auxiliary verb is also called as helping verb. Now let us see what is meant by auxiliary verb. It is used to indicate the tense of the main verb. It is used to indicate the tense of the main verb. It does not carry any meaning on its own. Okay, I will read it once again. Auxiliary or helping verb. It is used to indicate the tense of the main verb. So what does it indicate? It indicates only the tense. Okay, it indicates only the tense. But the main verb indicates the action. But the auxiliary verb indicates only the tense. It does not carry any meaning on its own. So this main verb won't carry any meaning on its own. For example, Priya is studying. Okay, Priya is studying. So the is known as the auxiliary verb. Okay, the is known as the auxiliary verb. So leaving the studying, the sentence will be very Priya is. Okay, if we remove this studying, how the sentence could be? The sentence could be incomplete. Okay, so it does not carry any meaning on its own. The second example, Ram will come tomorrow. Ram will come tomorrow. So what is the auxiliary verb in the second sentence? Very good. The auxiliary verb is will. So by taking this come tomorrow, the sentence will be incomplete. Okay, Ram will. So by leaving these two words, the sentence will be incomplete. So it does not carry any meaning on its own. But in the main verb, if you leave this object, it carries meaning. Raju plays. Okay, if you leave the word cricket and you say Raju plays, it has some meaning. But in auxiliary verb, it won't have any meaning. Okay, have you understood? So auxiliary verb or helping verb means it is used to indicate the tense of the main verb. It does not carry any meaning on its own. Example: Priya is studying. Ram will come tomorrow. So these sentences, is and will, or as the auxiliary verb or the helping verb. So this auxiliary or helping verb is of two types. Okay, how many types? It is of two types. So the first one is primary auxiliary, and the second one is modal auxiliary. Okay? So the first one is primary auxiliary. Primary auxiliary is of be verb, do verb, and have verb. Okay, primary auxiliary is of be verb, do verb, and have verb. Now let us see one by one. So be verb. In be verb, there will be 5 types. Okay, am, is, are, was, were. Okay, in be verb there will be 5 types. So am, is, are, was, and were. So this am, is, are present tense. Am, is, are present tense, and was, were are past tense. Was, were are past tense. Likewise, in do verb there will be do, did, does. Okay, in do verb do, did, does. So do is the present tense and did, does are the past tense. Likewise, have is of have, has, had. So these are the have verb. Okay, have, has, and had. Have and has are the present tense, and had is the past tense. Okay. Shall we try some sentences using these verbs? First one am. Okay. Try a sentence of your own. What are you doing? You are listening. Okay. So what am I doing? I am teaching. Okay. I am teaching. So that am is the be verb. Likewise, he is playing. They are reading. She was listening music. They were playing. Okay. So we can make sentences by using these be verbs: am, is, are, was, were. Okay. So this is the am, is, are present tense, and this was, were are past tense. So I have a good example for you. See, I am teaching. He did the homework. So this is the past tense. Okay. I have finished my work. She has been playing. So this is the be verb, and it is the do verb, and have and has are the have verb. Okay. Have you understood? Next we are going to see about modal auxiliary. So first we have seen what is meant by primary auxiliary, and now we are going to see what is meant by modal auxiliary. So modal auxiliary are will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might. Shall we read once again? The modal auxiliaries are will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might. So these are called as the modal auxiliary. So I have given example. I will go to the Chennai. I will go to the Chennai. So what does the will represents? The will represents the future tense. Okay, the will represents the future tense. Likewise, it may rain. Shall I come? Okay, so these will, may, shall are called as the modal auxiliaries. Have you understood? Shall we recap once again? So, verb means it's nothing but it is of doing an action, and this verb is of two types. The first type is main verb, and the second type is auxiliary verb. Main verb means nothing but it is indicating the action of the subject. Okay. So, Raju plays cricket. It is of indicating the action, and it indicates the time like present tense, past tense, and future tense. And the next one is auxiliary or helping verb. So auxiliary or helping verb is used to indicate the tense of the main verb. Okay, it is used to indicate the tense of the main verb, and it does not have any meaning on its own. Okay, and the two kinds are primary auxiliary and the modal auxiliary. In primary auxiliary we have seen three. Okay, be verb, do verb, and have verb. In be verb there are am, is, are, was, were, and the am, is, are present tense, was, were are past tense. And in do verb, do, did, does, and in have verb have, has, had. Okay. Likewise, in modal auxiliary we have seen will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, and might. Next, we are going to see about adverbs. Okay. Now let us see the definition of adverbs. Adverbs are words that tells how an action is done. It is formed by adding ly to the adjectives. Okay, I'll read once again. Adverbs are words that tells how an action is done. So adverb is nothing but it is also the verb. It tells us how the action has been taken place. Okay. It is formed by adding ly to the adjective. So we have already seen what is meant by adjective. So adjective means it is of describing words. Okay. So this adverb means of adding ly to the adjective. Okay. If we add ly to the adjective, it is known as the adverbs. For example, I ate my dinner quickly. Okay. I ate my dinner quickly. So what is the subject here in this sentence? Very good. The subject is I. So what is the verb? Verb means action. Okay. So in the sentence, ate is the verb. So this verb is the action verb. It is of eating. Okay. So it is the action verb. And this quickly is the describing word. Okay. Quick is the describing word. So it is the adjective. Quick is the adjective. So because of this adverb, we have added ly to the adjective. Okay. I ate my dinner quickly. Likewise, my father comes yearly. My father comes yearly. So what is the subject here? My father is the subject and comes is the verb. Okay. It is the action verb. And here is the describing word. Here is the describing verb and it is known as the adverb. Okay, so here is the adverb of this sentence. So adverbs are words that tells how an action is done. So my father comes. How his father comes, or when his father comes. His father is coming yearly. Okay, in earlier time. So it is formed by adding ly to the adjective. So adverbs means it is of adding ly to the adjectives. And adverb also says more about the verb. It is how, where, when an action is done. It only describes the verb. So an adverb also says more about the verb. So adverb will says it will gives more information about the verb. Okay, how the action has been taken place. It tells how, where, when an action is done. So it answers to the questions like how, where, and when. Okay. It only describes the verb. So this adverb only describes the main verb. Okay. Now let us see the example. He runs fast. Okay. He runs fast. So fast is the adverb in this sentence. So we can able to ask questions like how, when, and where. So for this sentence, how will you ask question? How the boy runs. Okay, how the boy runs. So the answers to the question how. So he runs fast. So fast is the adverb in this sentence. Next, I go to school daily. I go to school daily. So how we ask questions? We'll ask question like when. Okay, when do you go to school? So I go to school daily. So an adverb also says more about the verb. It tells how, where, when an action is done. It only describes the verb. I ate heavy meal. Okay, so this is another example of adverb. So heavy is the adverb in this sentence, that how he ate the meal. So he is eating the meal very heavy. So it answers the questions how. Okay. When an adjective ends in y, we change the y to I and add ly. Okay. If the, when an adjective ends in y, what we will do? We will remove the y and instead of the y, we will add I and at last add ly. Mary. So in this word, the letter ends with y. Okay, the letter ends with y. So we have removed the y and instead of this y, we have added I and at last ly. Okay, Mary, merrily. Hurry, hurriedly. Loud, loudly. So there is no y at last in these words. So we have added only ly to the both words love and sweet. Okay. When an adjective ends in y, we change the y to I and add ly. Merry, merrily. Hurry, hurriedly. Love, loudly. Sweet, sweetly. Okay, have you understood what is meant by adverbs? Shall we recap from first? So adverbs are words that tells how an action is done. It is formed by adding ly to the adjective. And an adverb also says more about the verb. It tells how, where, when an action is done. It only describes the verb. And when an adjective ends in y, we change the y to I and add ly. Okay. Shall we move on to the next? So next we are going to see about preposition. So what is meant by preposition? Okay. A preposition is a word that links the noun and the other words in a sentence. A preposition is a word. So a preposition is nothing but it is also a word that links the noun and the other words. That links. So this preposition acts as a linker, okay, as a connector to the noun and the other words in a sentence. Okay, it acts as a connector to the noun or the other words in a sentence. Example: the cat is sitting under the table. The cat is sitting under the table. So what is the noun in this sentence? The cat and the table. So this word under is the preposition and it acts as the linker between the noun and the other words. Other words means the cat is reading. So these are all the other words. So this word under acts as the connected to the other words in a sentence. So it is called as the preposition. Okay. A preposition is a word that links the noun and the other words in a sentence. So now we are going to see about the types of preposition. So there are three types of preposition. The first one is preposition of time. Okay, the first one is preposition of time. In preposition of time, it answers to the questions when. Okay, in preposition of time, it answers to the questions when. Example: in, on, at, before, after. Okay, in, on, at, before, after. So these words comes under the preposition of time. Example: my vacation ends on Monday. My vacation ends on Monday. So how do we ask questions? We will ask question using the question word when. So when do your vacation ends? So it answers the question word when, and the answer is my vacation ends on Monday. So this is known as the preposition of time. Okay, this on. And the next example: it gets cold at night. It gets cold at night. So when do it gets cold? It gets cold at night. And my birthday falls in December. My birthday falls in December. Okay, so this is the examples of preposition of time. So you have to keep in mind the preposition of time will answer to the question word when. So next we are going to see about preposition of place. Okay, preposition of place. In preposition of place, it answers to the questions where. Okay, it answers to the questions where. And under, above, in, on, at. So these words comes under the preposition of place. So you can able to see in, on, at. So it comes in both preposition of time and preposition of place. So you have to write according to the sentence. Okay. So under, above, in, on, at. Example is the book is on the table. The book is on the table. So where does the book is placed? The book is placed on the table. So it represents the preposition of place, that where the book has been placed. The boy is standing under the bridge. The boy is standing under the bridge. So how do you ask question where the boy stands? So it answers to the questions where. And the preposition is under in this sentence. Okay. So preposition of time includes the words such as under, above, in, on, at. So next type is preposition of direction. Okay, first we have seen preposition of time, preposition of place, and next we are going to say about preposition of direction. Okay, so this preposition of direction includes the words like to, into, of, from. Okay, it includes the words like to, into, of and from. So the example, we went up the hill. We went up the hill. So up is the preposition of direction. Okay. So it refers to the direction that where they are going, whether up or down the hill. I am coming from London. I am coming from London. So this also indicates the preposition of direction. Okay. So this preposition of direction includes the words like to, into, of and from. So next we are going to see about next parts of speech, conjunction. Okay, conjunction. It is a word that joins the words and sentences. So conjunction means it is of joining the words and sentences. Let us see an example. Hari and Ram are friends. Hari and Ram. So there are two persons. Okay, there are two persons, and this and acts as the conjunction in this sentence. It acts as the linker. Okay, it links the two persons. Hari and Ram are friends. 2 and 2 makes 4. Okay, 2 and 2 makes 4. So conjunction is nothing but it is of joining the words or the sentences. So in this sentence, it joins the two words like Ram and Hari. And Ajay is a good batsman. Virat is a good batsman. There are two sentences. So here we have seen how it joins the words, and here we are going to see how it joins the sentences. So there are two sentences. Ajay is a good batsman. Virat is a good batsman. So there are two persons. What is the name of the person? Ajay and Virat. But it describes the same quality of them. It describes the same quality that they are good batsman. Okay, so we are going to write as Ajay and Virat are good batsmen because it is of representing the same quality that they are good batsmen. So we have written the name Ajay, Virat, and we have written the conjunction as and. Okay, we have written the conjunction as and. Ajay and Virat are good batsmen because it is of representing the same quality. Next one, the man is poor, the man is honest. Okay, the man is poor, the man is honest. So these two sentences says about the same person, the man. Okay, but the thing is different. Okay, the man is poor, the man is honest. So how we will connect these two sentences? The person is same. Okay, so we are going to write the man, and the verb is poor but honest. So the man is poor but honest. So likewise we have to join the two sentences or the two words by adding conjunction. Okay. Now we are going to see about the 7 conjunctions. Let us see what are they. For, and, but, or, it, so, nor. Okay, these are all the 7 conjunctions. For means it is of conveying the reason. For means it is of conveying the reason. And means conveying two things. And means conveying two things. Like Ajay and Virat are good batsmen. Okay. But express difference. The man is poor but honest. So it says the difference how the man is. Man is poor but honest. Okay. Next, or refers to choices. Yet express something that hasn't happened. It means it is of expressing something that has been happened. So means a reason. So expresses the reason. Nor expresses the determines which one to use. Nor means it is of determining which one to use. There will be two options. So we have to determine which one to use. So I have given example. I am going for the wedding. I am going for the wedding. So for is the conjunction here. So what is the usage of for? Conveying reason. So what is the reason here? That somebody has been going to the wedding. Okay. Next. She likes tea or coffee. She likes tea or coffee. So or means choices. So she likes either tea or the coffee. Next. I am not well, so I won't come. I am not well, so I won't come. So is the conjunction in the sentence. So refers to the reason. Okay. He likes neither pizza nor burger. He likes neither pizza nor burger. So nor determines which one to use. Either pizza nor burger. Okay. Have you understood what is the conjunction? So conjunction means it is a word that joins the words of the sentences. So there are 7 conjunctions. for, and, but, or, et, so, nor. So these are all the usage of how to use these conjunctions. Okay. So at last we are going to see about interjection. Interjection. It shows the feeling or emotion. So interjection means it's very simple. It is of expressing the sudden feeling or the emotions. Okay. So these are all the interjection words. Hooray, wow, oops, alas, oh. Okay. Hooray, wow, oops, alas, oh. So in interjection, the word ends with the exclamation mark. Okay, the word ends with exclamatory mark. So hooray means it is of expressing joy. It is of expressing joy. So I have an example. I won the race. Hooray! I won the race. So it is of expressing joy. And the next one, wow, it is of expressing the surprise, wonder, pleasure. Okay, wow means it is of expressing the surprise, wonder, or the pleasure. So the example, wow, the puppy is so cute. So how the puppy is? The puppy is very cute. So we have to write with wow, the puppy is so cute. Next example, oops. Oops means it is of expressing mistake or accident. Okay, oops means it is of expressing the mistake or the accident. So oops, I left the key. So by mistake I have left the key. So oops, I left the key. So this alas means expressing sadness. Alas means it is of expressing sadness. Alas, he is dead. Okay, alas, he is dead. And at last, ho. Ho means expressing an emotion. Ho means expressing an emotion. So the example is, ho, the place is so crowded. Okay, ho, the place is so crowded. So these are all the interjection words. Interjection means nothing but it shows the feeling or the emotions. The interjection words are hooray, wow, oops, alas, ho. Okay students, hope you all understood the all parts of speech. And this is for your home assignment. Okay, complete the given worksheet. Complete the given worksheet. See you in the next class. Thank you.